Oh no. Good morning, good afternoon. Just about good afternoon. It feels like morning. So you can probably tell we have come off the champagne and we're back on a little bit of rehydration. And we are still a little bit shaky and a little bit high on adrenaline. And we wanted to come in and talk to you all. You are all incredibly special in our world. And thank you so much for supporting us up until this point. And I just want to say thank you so much for all of the gorgeous messages that you shared on our live last night, for all of the gorgeous messages you have sent us behind the scenes. Just
feeling the love.
Thank you. We are feeling
so much love.
Feeling the love.
We've had an incredibly exciting morning. We have just come off our photo shoot. So if you've been following behind the scenes in our stories, just had the most fun photo shoot in the whole world.
It was really fun, wasn't
it? It was really fun.
Do you know this is the third time only ever we've actually been in person? I think that's a really important thing to mention.
Yeah.
It's very strange actually sitting next to Em rather than seeing her on a screen, but it's amazing to think what's happened again. I know we said it last night in the last year, and I think for those of you who have an idea, who aren't quite sure where you're going, who maybe don't have the confidence, you don't need to know everything, because we still don't know everything that we're doing. We just know, and we have this huge burning desire to keep going in this way, and it's really exciting.
It's just having that feeling, isn't it? And just acting on the feeling and going in the flow of the energy, which we talked about last night. And we definitely don't have everything mapped out in terms of where we're going. We are going to reveal and share with you the new brand, but it really is more just like a spark that's been ignited at the moment. And over the next few weeks, you're going to see how that brand is going to evolve. But we don't have it all together already. So... and I think that's a really important thing for us to share with you, is that you can move and you can make steps without having everything mapped out.
Project planned, coming from a project manager history.
And Little Miss Perfect.
And Little Miss Perfect.
That used to have everything planned out before she'd make the first move.
Yeah.
So
we're here today to talk you through, and I think we want to talk through three things. And I think in speaking to you, if you're thinking of making some big bold moves, then these are probably the three things that you need to bear in mind of what you're going to do. So we're going to share the process with which we've been going through. So the first thing, and if you've ever read Simon Sinek's book or watched his amazing TED Talk, you start with the why. Yeah. You start with the why. You always go with the why.
Yeah, it's like, what is my big vision here? Like, why do we do what we do? And I think this was a question that we've been pondering on ourselves in terms of where we want the brand to go and how we're going to create this new movement.
And why is it important
to us?
Really important. So we're going to share a bit about the why. We are going to talk a little bit about the what. And then we're going to share as much as we know currently about the how, because we're not fully sure about all of the how.
No, but we're going to make it up.
We're going to go with the flow. So let's start with the why. And I think so far the why is very much that we know, and as Em alluded to last night, we've had two amazing brands which we have put our heart and souls into, and we absolutely love them. But we've also had so much feedback from so many people saying your energy together is electric, you are the dream team, you fit. And we do, it's amazing.
She's the yin to my yang.
The yin to my yang. And it just feels, here we go, we've both felt into this and said, this feels good. It feels good to do this together. It feels so right. So it's a real story. Well, it is a love story, isn't it? You know, less than 2 years ago, we met on a panel. And there was an immediate spark, an immediate connection. Obviously, then we worked together for a year, and that blossomed more into a friendship. Yeah. Then it became a program, and now it's becoming a new brand and
a partnership.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think, and again, this is another thing that we really wanted to talk about, is that I think I know and have felt in the past very threatened by other women, whether I'm in a corporate environment, whether I'm in an entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah. Feel very threatened by other women.
It's a real sister wound, isn't it? I think, for women to feel like they're in competition with other women. And actually, that's a really important point of what we are.
That's part of our why.
That's part of our why. Like, we want to break through that.
and
through
to
that
share
old
with
sister wound.
and share with more people, that more women together linking arms, doing things together, whether it becomes a partnership or whether it's just a collaboration in a program or a live or whatever. It's about women supporting women. So that is one part of our really, really, really strong why. The marriage of the two brands, as Emma alluded to last night, she is the ping pong ping. She is the strategy. She is all about the vision. She is the container. She holds everything together. And I am the energy, the energetics, the mind, the fizz.
The fizz in the glass.
The fizz in the glass. But together, we have a lot of heart. Loratu!
Woo!
Hello, I was just thinking
and Helen's on.
And Helen's on.
Stephanie's
Sorry,
on.
everybody. We've been in the flow and not seeing comments. But hello,
Comments have
thank
just
you for
come up.
joining us. So, but together we've got so much heart and desire, and everything comes from this real heart-led, soul-led desire. And that's another part of our why. We desire many, many people to start leading from this place of heart and feeling rather than head.
Yeah.
Let your energy lead rather than letting your mind override it and talk you out of what you really, 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 truly desire. And talking of that, look, there's the lovely Susie watching, and I know she's been leading and moving from her head and into her heart more recently, and it's just magical and inspirational to watch.
Yeah.
So hello, lovely Susie. So that was another really key part. And as we come together with what we're doing, many of you know my happiness principles. My Heal Yourself Happy was based on the happiness principles, and Emma's Designing the Dream.
Yeah, my brand was based on the foundations of freedom. So these are really like the principles that we set around our business and what our businesses were based on. And in coming together as one brand, we are bringing all of those principles together under one roof. And obviously we'll share a little bit more about that with you over the coming days and weeks. But I think in terms of like, okay, what is our why? And I know, like, Ali, you wrote something really beautiful earlier. I'd love you to actually read what you wrote in terms of our why on the...
What did I say? What did I say? Why? That's the what.
Yeah.
What legacy do we want to do? How? Excuse us. We did make some notes while we were doing our photo shoot. We talked about two being better than one. That was really important.
I think what we really want to do is to just... that was it.
So I think we going through our thought process, one of the questions we asked was, what is the legacy that we want to leave behind, and what is our mission? So the legacy, when we riff quite a lot and we talk about it, was like, what if we come together, what is it that we really want to leave behind? What is the legacy for beautiful little baby Darcy and my two big ugly teenage sons? What is it that we want to leave behind? And is this idea of having absolutely unlimited potential and show others that you can live unleashed and free and happy and following your desire and, unshackled.
And doing it your way, like always being able to say yes to yourself, whatever that is, never feeling as though you're restrained in any way. And
money, time, confidence.
Just money, time, confidence, self-doubt. Like, we just really want to show you that you can do, be, and have whatever you desire. And as long as you follow that desire and lead with that desire and feel into it, it will always work out the way that it's supposed to, because it's heart-led. And I think that's a really big thing for us. We really want to help more women to lead their life with desire, not based on what they think they should do.
Another legacy we wanted, there were two more, I think, we talked about. There was one that we both felt that we came up in and against, in that idea of, or that was being banded around maybe in the 90s and the early noughties, was this idea of smashing through the glass ceiling. And, we butted heads with it many times, especially after having kids, but it came very, very clearly to me and to us that actually we were focusing on the wrong thing. You don't need to focus on a glass ceiling. You don't actually have to get inside the box where there is a glass ceiling. You can actually step outside and realise that you have that unlimited potential.
There is no glass
ceiling. If you choose to step outside of a container that has a lid, you can actually just go, I'm totally free to do whatever I want in whatever way I want, however it feels good. And that just... for me, that is a real why for generations to come, to know that you don't have to do it in that way. It's that idea that you do not have to conform to societal pressures and follow that kind of lead. Just follow your happy. If we go back to Heal Yourself Happy, follow your happy, follow your soul. And I think in doing that, one of the biggest things and one of the biggest part of our brand and our mission is to change the way in which you see leaders, CEOs. It's about change. When we first thought about that, it was this idea of, what do you see in your mind when we say to you, what is a CEO? Yeah. And both Em and I...
Well, it's the guy in the pinstripe suit in the big office block. And for some reason, like, a lot of people always think of that, like, real masculine power dresser. And I think for us, we really want to shift what it means to be a CEO, what it means to be a leader in your business, in your life.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just in your business, this is about leading your life with intention and just stripping out some of that, like, societal stuff around
stigmas.
Just of what it means to be a leader and how you have to be in order to be a leader. And we want to, particularly show women that you don't need to do that in any kind of masculine way. You can just do it in your own, feminine power and just be in that. And it doesn't require you to be anything at all. You can just be what you want to be.
Yeah.
And this is, I think it's really important actually to say here that this is not a feminist movement at all. This is not about emasculating men, or it's not even about trying to be an equal or trying to be the same as men. We don't want to be the same as men. We just want to embrace the fact that we are women and do it in our own womanly, unique way that feels good. And that way might be different for you, for me, for Ali, but it's about just owning it.
Owning and embracing your own uniqueness.
And
so I think what we're trying to say here is that our mission, and I've written it down here, so I might read it because just so that I get it right, although it feels right in my head, I wanted to make it very clear that our mission going forward as a brand together is to create limitlessness, to inspire women to become CEOs in their own way, being their true selves, leading in feminine power, desire-led, unlimited, and to help women rise and elevate with men, not as men, in a very, very beautiful dance. And that is a real mission for us as we start and as we launch our new brand. So I'm just seeing that we've got some lovely people watching. Nadine is here. Beautiful Nadine,
Jules,
one of our beautiful private clients, and Jules and Helen. Hello, lovely ladies. We're just about to reveal the what. So we've now talked to you about the why and our vision and our mission that we are so fully aligned behind. So I think, where do we start? We've talked about what limitlessness means. It's that unleashing. It's that the sky isn't even the limit. It's the beyond. It's the expansiveness.
It's the beyond
the beyond. Yeah. This is all about creating CEOs.
But not in the way that you think.
Not a chief executive officer. This is the way that we can get fully behind being a CEO. So the C stands for conscious. Consciously. E is evolving. Owner.
CEO, consciously evolving owner. That's what it means to us.
Yeah.
And I think, like, the consciousness, the consciously part of it for us is around this, like, intention, like this deep awareness of self and desire and what it is that we want, and going after that with such intention.
Yeah. And from a desired choice, it's about choice, real choice and decision and intention to choose. So that consciousness to bring it, rather than just subconsciously doing and following and being without making a choice. This is about the real consciousness. So the evolving piece is really exciting. And I think what we've been doing and understanding a lot more is that we are always evolving, and hence
we're embodying that right now.
Yeah.
Our businesses have just evolved from 2 into 1. Like, we're evolving our brand, our message, our mission, our vision. We're constantly growing. We're always investing in ourselves, learning, developing, and this evolving piece is this limitless, no ceiling, to just constantly committed to grow and do better.
And we talk about it all the time, don't we? This whole mountain with no peak. We know that we are consciously moving up and up and up and up and up, and wherever the next peak is, we don't know where the other one is, but we're going to know that we're just going to keep going up and following and trusting that conscious desire led.
Yeah.
And then the final piece, the ownership, the owner. I think this is so important. Own it. You've got to own it. This is all about self-leadership. This is about radical self-responsibility. This is not about blaming anybody else, not blaming the glass ceiling. This is about making that choice to step out. Step out. This is about that conscious choice to move and take your power back. Don't blame the systems. Don't blame men. Don't blame anything else. Just own it. Own your choice. And own your desire. I think that's a really, really important thing, to own your desire and then own every step that you take. And that is where true empowerment comes.
Yeah. So you heard it here first. CEO no longer in our world stands for Chief Executive Officer. It's now the consciously evolved owner. And that's really what we're inviting you all to be a part of, is this movement of creating consciously evolving owners.
So our new brand. Shall I just bring the balloon in?
Go get the balloon.
Get the balloon. Oh, one and only poor balloon.
We had more balloons, but they were feeling deflated this morning.
But we had one. So we would love to introduce
I don't know if you can read it backwards. The Limitless CEO is our new brand.
So
we love it. We hope you love it.
We are consciously. We are the Limitless CEOs, and we are starting a movement for all women who would love to be part of this movement to create more and more limitless.
I can just see loads
CEOs.
of bubbles and hearts and things coming up.
I love it. Thank you. So we are so super excited for this. This is a movement for women who want to love their life. They want to love money. They want to love business. They just want to love. And this really is for women who just want to step into who they truly are. And to join with other women to create a really, really powerful movement for our daughters, for our sisters, for our sons.
Yes.
I have 2 sons that I want to, so that they have beautiful wives, that they can feel unleashed and free and limitless and not trapped in any shape or form, and they allow them to do that. This is so that they know how they can dance with women in their true empowered feelings, a bit like a foxtrot or a waltz or something. I don't know, but the tango. But
dancing with men, not as men. That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
And I think that's really important, because I've got a little baby girl. I want her to grow up in a world where women can be completely limitless. Ali's got 2 gorgeous boys,
and I want them to be limitless CEOs as well.
And to be in women's present and not feel threatened by that, but to just feel proud of their women.
I'm loving the comments. Amazing name, the most wonderful name in ethos. I feel the energy of this movement, and it's amazing and super powerful. Thank you. And honestly, when we talked about last night about dissolving our brands that we were so behind, we knew we had to create an even more powerful brand.
It had to be pretty special for us to let go.
Yeah,
for us to let go, it had to be really, really special. And I think when we felt into this, and it just felt like this is it. This is a movement. And I know we've had a lot of tears of emotion, but just because one of excitement more than anything. Yeah. So we are shifting the meaning of what a CEO is in a very, very unlimited, in fact, limitless way. And we would love to invite you. We'd love to invite your friends. We'd love to invite your families to come and follow us. So what does that actually look like? So if that's the what's the how? Yeah. So how can you move with us?
How can you move with us? And I think one thing you can say here, we are just going to start to change some names. So as we've said, for all of you little Miss Perfects and project managers out there, we've just had to breathe into this, because we knew that this energy was so powerful, and we didn't want to wait. We didn't want to wait for the logos. We didn't want to wait for the branding. We didn't want to wait for the followers. We didn't want to wait for the website. Nope. None of which we've got.
When we're walking, when we're going, we're going. Like, we're not waiting for anything, let's face it. So things are going to start to change over the coming weeks. You're going to see lots of change. So in this group, you're going to start to see banners change. And something we'd really love to invite you to over the next couple of weeks is that we talked about our principles and how we brought them together. So these are now limitlessness principles.
We're going to have to work on that, aren't we?
And we would love to invite you to a 9-day free mini program that we're going to be running here in this group. Now, this is actually going to be like our foundational program, our Limitless Principles program. But we are going to run it live for the first time free in this group, so you can have access to what is going to be a signature program for us for free inside of this group. And then later on, it's actually going to come a paid program, but we're really excited to do it for you. So we'd love you to just come and just be in the energy of that with us. It's going to start on Tuesday next week. We're going to be live
4 days.
Live for 4 days next week, 5
days
days
the following
afterwards.
week.
You can catch the replays. But we would love to see you here and just share what those limitless principles are all about. It's going to be amazing.
Lottie, thank you for all your hearts.
And
yes, you are a CEO. There are so many CEOs in this group who are consciously evolving owners. And it's just wonderful to be linking arms with you. And thank you for your support so far. To date, which is why we wanted to be able to gift this to those of you who are in this group right now, and to anybody who you feel like you want to invite to be part of this movement.
Yeah, if you know somebody that would really benefit from this program, whether they're moving up the corporate ladder, whether they're a CEO in their own business, bring them into the party.
Susie, yes, you are a CEO of the future. Yes, you're a CEO now and of the future.
I'm loving seeing these women just own it. It's like you just said, own it.
Own it, yes! Oh, God, this feels good to share with you guys. It's trying to keep it under wraps has been really hard.
I know. So what else is happening? You're going to see our Instagrams. So we're going to be moving over from our personal Instagrams to For the Limitless CEO on Instagram, right?
Yeah, so it's for the Limitless CEO.
For the Limitless CEO. So please come and follow us over on Instagram, and you're going to see us start to move over there. We will still be on our personal pages on Facebook, but really all of this, the juicy stuff is going to be happening inside of this group, and the free program with the Limitless Principles is going to be starting next week in this group. So I love Nadine's own it.
Own it. Yes. Own it. Own it. The limitless life. That is exactly it. And yes.
Everyone's
you are
owning it.
Yes.
Everyone's making this declaration. This is just amazing.
The movement started.
I know.
I love it. Love it. Oh, thank you for making it even more exciting. God, I'm even more shaken than I was
too.
before.
I'm just like
loving it.
I wasn't this nervous on my wedding day.
What does that say? Excitement. So what else have we wanted to say in this bit in terms of the how? You are going to start to see things drop. The logos and all of the branding is it's all under wraps and it's happening behind the scenes, but it's just not quite ready to come out. But we've got some stuff that we've been working on, so I'm going to share all of that so you can see the vibe of what's going to be coming. What else is happening? So do you want to talk about what's going to happen to your private group, the Designing the Dream group?
Yeah, of course. So Designing the Dream, for those of you that are in my Designing the Dream group, that group is going to go to rest. It's permanent Zen space.
Yep.
Goodbye to Designing the Dream.
It's lifted us to this point, hasn't it?
Everything is going to be now moving into this group, which is going to become the Limitless CEO. So you will see everything shift out of Designing the Dream into this group. So just thank you to those of you that have been in the Designing the Dream group so far. But I'm just really excited that you're now here and going to just take the next steps of that journey in this space. What's happening with Heal Yourself Happy?
Oh, so thank you to so many of you who've been part of the Heal Yourself Happy movement. And I feel it is such a beautiful space and the community that has supported so many people through lockdown. That is going to remain, but it's going to be part of the rebrand. And of course, we've got to mention the most beautiful soul in the world. She is joining us as our third kind of partner in the trio, or whatever we want to call it. She is going to become, so I'm talking about Tiff, by the way, Tiff Dolly. So Tiff, the gorgeous Tiff, she is a beautiful health and nutrition coach, for those of you who don't know, and she looks after all of the health side in Heal Yourself Happy, the physical health, and she is amazing. And becoming a Limitless CEO, one of the most, she is. But I think as part of what we're doing as the Limitless CEOs, one thing that both you and I know, and actually even over the course of the last 6 weeks has become very, very relevant, is that your physical health is one of the most important things you are going to need as you become a Limitless CEO, because without your health, you cannot evolve, you cannot own, you cannot keep moving forward. So Tiff is a very, very important part of this movement, and she is going to be continuing to look after everybody's physical health. So the Heal Yourself Happy Hub is going to become Limitless Health.
And Tiff is heading up
and Tiff
Limitless Health
Tiff is the head of Limitless Health. And that is going to remain as is. It's just going to have a bit of a rebrand, and it's going to be part of the Limitless CEO. And we are just so excited for that whole movement. So if you're not part of the Heal Yourself Happy Hub, please go and join it. It will be being rebranded as the Limitless Health over the coming days and weeks. We're not putting any timeline on this. You're just going to see it all start to trickle in and start to pull underneath. We just thought if we had everything ready, we might not ever launch. And we just knew that we needed to launch right now. So Limitless Health, you can come and join us there. So what else do we wanted to say? So everything's going to start to shift. So for the Limitless CEO on Instagram, we're also going to have a business page for the Limitless CEO here on Facebook. We are going to continue on Emma Forrester and Ali Mortimer on our Facebook pages, and Limitless Health here where you are now, and then the Limitless Health Hub where Tiff is going to be continuing to look after your physical health. I will be bobbing in and out of there, and to ensure that we look after your mental and emotional health as well. So the work we do is going to continue. It's had a rebrand.
It's had a makeover.
It has had a makeover. So we cannot wait to be with you as of Tuesday. So we are going to go and take our adrenaline off for the weekend and have a rest. It's all done. We're going to just sit back and enjoy this amazing feeling. And then we're going to be back in here on Tuesday as we kick off the Limitlessness Principles. So share it with all your friends and family who want to be part of this amazing movement, and join us. And I think, as we've already said once today, that's a wrap. But we are so excited. Thank you.
Tons of love. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you for all of your support, ongoing, always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and lovely Bee. For everybody who doesn't know Bee, she's just commenting in here. She is our bod. She is our business
operations director. We love you, Bee.
We love you, Bee. She is the Limitless bod. I love that, the Limitless bod. Lots of love, everybody. Happy weekend.
Bye.